Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Voss and welcome to Awesome 80s on Fox League, where we get ready to dive right in to another couple of games showcasing matches from the great era of rugby league, the 80s. And there's an international flavour to this episode. I want to highlight a test match from 1986, Australia versus New Zealand, third game of the series. The Kiwis led by the inspirational Mark Graham, a North Sydney Bear, and Australia by the great Queenslander, the King, Wally Lewis.
Robin Whitfield from England, a controversial fellow, but a referee I like because he lets the game flow. That's what we like to see. That's what he likes to do. Okie doke, here comes Big Joe Rapati to kick off for New Zealand, your commentator, Ian Maurice.
Time signalled on and Joe Rapati starts this test match. Down for Peter Sterling, straight away to Les Kiss. Fine match he had at Sydney Cricket Ground just a week or two ago. So Australia with Royce Simmons making about 3 metres up towards the quarter line. Now Peter Tunks. So the first penalty of the match to Robin Whitfield. We get from Robin Whitfield to Australia. Australia now take the tap. Lewis, that long floating pass out there for Miles. And up to Jack. And a long pass out to Kiss. Kiss stepping inside the corner now, Les Kiss. Australia right on the attack as Kiss plays it. Away to Folkes. Straight up goes Folkes. Caught by O'Regan. Sterling dummy half. Away to Lewis. Switching play now with a pass back to Miles. And he's only 12 metres out. Simmons from dummy half. Simmons! Getting a pass away to Sterling. It's still on. Sterling's in to score! Australia's first try of this test match. Now the try scored just to the left of the post. Michael O'Connor lines it up and makes no mistake. So with 27 minutes of the first half remaining, it's Australia 6, New Zealand 0.
Perfect night for rugby league here in Brisbane. Australia leading 6-0 at the moment at Lang Park as Lewis drives the ball down deep inside the 22. Campbell back to take it up. Brings it back. The defence makes him know. He gets the ball off to Williams. Now this fellow's got plenty of pace. We haven't seen him run in the dry track yet. Bounces out of that, but the Australians ready. But they've stolen the ball. Wally Lewis has stolen the ball. He'll score it for Australia. Oh, yes. Well, a bad mistake from Williams. He's lost the ball. And Lewis says, thank you. I'll take another 4 points. Jack Gibson.
I don't think you're supposed to do that. He just picked it off him. He pickpocketed him. And Lewis nicks it there. When he comes out, he was free.
Ball in the air, but it'll be right across the face of the sticks. So the score remains Australia 10, New Zealand 0. Well, I'm not too impressed with what's going on in the back play and high tackles in this match. I mean, we knew it was going to be pretty tough, but it's getting pretty niggly out there, Jack Gibson. There's a lot of dirty stuff going on.
Well, I don't think the Kiwis can possibly break the defence of Australia. I think they're going to use a kicking game, but then again, this head-eye shots is not helping things.
And Australia keeping the ball alive now as O'Connor sees a line as the Kiwis come across. O'Connor with some beautiful footwork, and he was going for the corner. They just bring him down. A great run from Michael O'Connor. He stood up in defence. He had him shot to pieces, and they herded him over the touchline as Kenny now takes it for Australia. Back they come. The Australians throwing everything at the line. Kenny hurt at the moment. Let's stay with Sterling. He gets on to Lewis. Lewis now has got Miles inside, but he can't handle the ball, and the Kiwis will take it.
Now across to Sorensen. And then to McGahn. Ooh, McGahn, nowhere to go then. Finally playing it to Darryl Williams. Williams back inside Australia's half. Harvey's a dummy half. Finally back to Crone. Running off him was Todd. Now to McGahn again. McGahn no one to pass to. Finally getting it back to Graham. And then Sorensen. And referee said that's no knock-on play on the Kiwis right away as the halfback. Freeman still going strongly. Getting it back to Todd. Todd got a pass to Williams. Williams out for the Kiwis. Well, it's a controversial one. The crowd claimed there was a knock-on back there by Sorensen. Now here's McGahn. He had no one to pass to. Finally got it back to that one there. There's a knock-on there for sure. Moves into it, hit it pretty sweetly, and it's a beautiful kick from Olsen Filipina. That keeps the Kiwis right in this match. And the touch judge is in, and he spotted the halfback Freeman doing something he shouldn't have. O'Connor.
Well, the line umpire went in and backed off, put the flag up and backed off and went home again.
We'll let Australia run the advantage, I guess. Now, the back line of Australia moving freely as Gary Jack came into it beautifully, and Jack is caught just 3 metres short of the line. Now Australia with another golden opportunity to score as Sterling flicks it back inside for Lewis. Brushes aside one volley, slipped the pass away to Brett Kenny, and Kenny's in to score. Oh, beautiful work from Lewis and Kenny. As O'Connor, right from the touchline.
Terry Lamb, one of the best players playing the game, and can't get a start in this great side as Roach strides forward. Still going Roach as the Kiwis cling to him. And he's taken play now midway between the quarter and the half. Not long to go. Seconds remaining in this first half. It comes out to Lewis. Lewis gets it back to Terry Lamb. Lamb gets out of the tackle. Drives the ball for the line. And finds it. The referee, Robin Whitfield, says that's it for the first half. We have a lead of Australia 14, New Zealand 6.
I think he was kicking for goal the way he's lined it up. Sent it right down into the in-goal area, and that's why he's taken his time. He was 12 metres short of the line, so Australia right on the attack from the opening whistle. Simmons getting it away to Sterling. Quick hands to Niebling, a dummy. Caught, though, by Freeman, 10 metres out. Terry Lamb. A low pass to Sterling, to Lewis, the little kick ahead, and there's Brett Kenny going for it, and he's in to score another try! Oh, what a beautiful kick, and what a beautiful move from the Australians. Well picked up by Sterling, straight away the little kick, and Kenny knew exactly what was on, and there it stood up for him, and Kenny beautifully in for an Australian try. Oh, and he struck it magnificently. Oh, what a magnificent kick from Michael O'Connor.
O'Regan's been a little quieter. Here he is with the ball now. Good player, this O'Regan. Mark Graham's made the bust. He's got Freeman in support, but couldn't unload it. Freeman was running like a shearer's dog beside the big man. But here we go now with Owen Wright. He slips a quick ball to Sorensen. They handball it back to Kemble. Again, it's on for McGann. McGann still going. McGann almost to the 22. Flicks a wild pass back, ball loose. Rolls into touch. Drum packs now, Australia's way. Kenny split him again. Support coming across. Kiss trying to link up. Kiss has got it now. Stands him up. Kiss, he's an exciting player. Throws the ball wildly back inside. Terry Lamb has towed it. And then Robin Whitfield brings it back. Well, it's happening here at 100 mile an hour. Listen to the crowd at Lang Park. Harvey, a dummy half. On to Freeman, the man that was down into a little chip over the top for Freeman. Can he get the bounce? He does! Freeman, he's a clever little player, and he's got a bit of room to move. Defence comes across, still going Freeman, barging his way through, gets it on to Sorensen. Sorensen turns it back inside the frame. Oh, Harvey's there, and it's a loose pass. They tried to handball it back, Kurt Sorensen, and it didn't work, but good play, New Zealand.
Last tackle signal now for the Kiwis. Out for Graham. The defence too good, hanging on to him, and that's a changeover. Roach wants to go on with it. Penalty's gone to Australia from the Nanalo. It's on now. Steady on, fellas. Well, it was only a matter of time. There's Kiss getting a few good right uppercuts in there. And in the background, Royce Simmons exchanging punches. Oh, it's all on. Everybody's involved. It's spilled over the dead ball line. Freeman wants to go on with Simmons. Well, I think everybody on the field was involved in that.
They look like they're playing two-up.
Blood streaming from Steve Roach.
Oh, and Freeman came in again. Well, Freeman might be tiny, but I tell you what, there's plenty of spark in him. He likes to throw a few. As Sterling throws one out to Lewis. Lewis, it goes back to G. Miles, and G. Miles will put it under the net. And that's Australia's answer to the violence. We'll score tries, you throw the punches.
Left the boot sweetly, and it's right between the posts. So Australia further in front by 28 points to 6. Finally, when he's caught, he's 32 metres out from the Australian line. It's to O'Regan. Long floating pass from Filipina. Clever ball underneath, beautiful pass away for Darryl Williams. Darryl Williams for the line, caught by Jack. Oh, lovely tackle, Jack. Oh, that's beautiful football. Beautiful attack and magnificent defence.
Well, they're making plenty. They've got to make a few too. There's 6 minutes to go. They can make a lot more. They got to, every time they get the ball, they've got to go for try.
Filipina again. Gets on a Prome. Prome with a break. Now they've got a bit of room to move. He flicks one back inside the Freeman. Freeman winds up. He's got Filipina there. And he's looking for support. Filipina kicks out of one. And a great tackle. Oh, beautiful tackle from Wally Lewis. Stop the movement dead. But they're still inside the 22. A chance now. Unloading. Good ball back inside. Ropati will play it. Goes from Prome out wide. Mark Graham. Mark Graham now 10 metres out. Cooper, a dummy half. Now it comes to McGahn. He gets it on to Sorensen. Sorensen out wide. Good ball for Williams. Williams heading for the corner. They're in. The Kiwis have finally got over. Well, Darryl Williams. Second try, and he deserved it too. He's played well all night. He's tried very, very hard. He's got plenty of pace, this fellow. Filipina now. 3 metres in from touch, right on the 22. Not an easy angle. He's only taken 2 paces back. He certainly got the height and got the 2 points. So Olsen Filipina puts some more points on the board. It's now 28-12. Sterling now. Feeds for Australia, and it'll be Australia's way too. Out to Lamb. Lamb puts the ball in the air. The chasers are coming through. Can Gary Jack get the bounce? He does! Gary Jack gets the bounce, but there was just no one there. Gist tried to get with him, but couldn't. That's a good play for the Australians. They're trying everything. Gist now from dummy half. Winds up. He's 12 metres out from the line. Get Australia score now. Jack Gibson read it. He said they had more chance. Here it goes. Lewis. Long float around. Goes to Kenny. They get the goal and they've scored. Australia's gone in with only seconds to go. And look at Don Ferner. All smiles. And what a great performance from Australia. They've whitewashed the Kiwis in this series. 3-0. Kiwis kicking off quickly. They want to play it out. Kiss, that beautiful step that he's got. And here's the countdown. And it's all over at Lang Park. Australia have defeated New Zealand 32 points to 12, winning the series in a clean sheet, 3-0. And what a magnificent series it's been too.
Back to Awesome 80s on Fox League with an international flavour this week. I had you in 1986 before the break, Australia and New Zealand. Now I want to jump you ahead a couple of years to 1988, Australia versus Great Britain, and the third test. Australia had won the first 2 and were hot favourites to complete a clean sweep. I remember being at the match at the Sydney Football Stadium, and I was exposed to the passion of the Great Britain fans who had travelled from all the other side of the world to see their team play. They came with hope in their hearts that they could break through for a win. This is what happened next.
The referee, Francis Duplat. Just about set here now for the third and final encounter of the bicentennial test. There's the kickoff. Straight away, Gregory takes the ball. He gets it back to Stevenson. Pumped down with some big defence. Well, Jack, this referee, you've already mentioned him. What about Martin Bella's selection?
Well, his last game in the Queensland game was pretty good. That was in the State of Origin, but his 2 previous club games, he's played more like Bella Star than Martin Bella. I thought it was very ordinary stuff.
Comments from Jack Gibson as Great Britain flick the ball back, but they get a penalty because Australia's offside. A familiar voice back home in Great Britain. Ray French, the head commentator for rugby league at the BBC. Ray, how do you see the changes to your side in this, the vital test?
Well, Donald, as you say, 9 players injured, but a lot of new lads playing today, with a lot of pride, and I think 2 or 3 lads have been really deservedly rewarded. Prop Hugh Waddell won 3 man of the matches up in country. He's played hard, and Paul Hume, tremendous enthusiasm since he came out on replacement. But we can never have had a test match for Great Britain where the hooker takes the field and he's never actually struck a ball in his life before. That must surely be unique.
Gary Jack turning around to have the ball covered and about 3 or 4 metres out from the line as he winds up. He's had a great series, Gary Jack. Gregory's in there. The ball's come loose too, and Gregory takes it from there. So that was good defence from Great Britain.
It was a fine shot. It was a good chase by Gregory.
Hume coming back for Waddell, a new player. Stocky sort of a player. But, was injured early in the tour, but looks pretty fit this afternoon and raring to go. Comes back for Hume. That's David Hume. 2 brothers playing today. We mentioned that was creating history back in the second test when they both came on. And of course, both in the starting lineup this afternoon. David Stevenson. This is Gregory. On to Ward. Fullerton, Smith and Lewis in there. Hume dummy half out to Gregory. They look to switch it. There goes the kick. Plenty of chasers coming through too. A pressure kick. The ball is loose. But the referee had already called them back, and Gary Jack. Is it Gary Jack? No. There's an Australian down. Union Jacks are flying just offset with this scrum, so there's plenty of support here for Great Britain. It's been quite a amount of people come out from the old art for this tour. This is Stevenson. Stevenson recovered from a shoulder injury to come back into the centres. Gets it back to Hume. Loose ball. Ellery Hanley trying to unload. There's just no one there. He stood there and spun and still couldn't unload it. Hume dummy half. Hanley a little bit slow to get up to play the ball. He can't play the ball. Well, he can't. Trying again. He's got a cramp, I'd say, it in the leg. But anyway, this is Hume. Waddell, dummy half, and they're inside Australia's 22. They're in the danger zone now. Let's see if they can put a string of passes together. Yes, they do! Andy Gregory, he gets the ball out of there in. Oh, that's all right too. Martin Offia in for Great Britain. Some smart work there from Andy Gregory, and the Union Jack flies here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Oh, look at the colours going up from Great Britain.
Well, I think we compliment Ward and we compliment Gregory. He did a little run around, did 2 handlings of the football, threw the ball, went forward about a foot or so, but it was close enough. Good try.
And the Union Jacks fly here at the Sydney Football Stadium. And that's the angle for you. Not a bad looking kick, but it'll just be waved away. So Great Britain leading Australia 4 points to 0. Gregory spins it out for Ward. He gets it back for Gregory. Gregory straightens the attack up. If he's got some runners, he has in Hume. Ball loose. Gregory there to snap on it. He's darting around. He's elusive, this little man. Loose pass back. It comes on to Ford. He's a stepper forward. Winds up Ford. He's going to get there. On to it again. Oh, there's some good play there that time from Ford. He can step this fellow, I'll tell you. And Andy Gregory doing the lead-up work again. Oh, the Englishman are going mad in the crowd. Ford, Bradford Northern player. He stood up, the Australian defence. It was Wayne Pearce. Gary Jack then came and got him. But look at Ford, just stepping his way through. Still going, beating all the defence. That's a good try.
Well, I'd credit Eric, what's his name, that Hanley?
I would prefer to see him trying to spin the ball out wide, Australia.
Well, you saw it then. Peter Sterling looked to the bench and he just gave a little nod, so I don't think he's going to stay there. Gary Belcher getting ready to come on, so it looks like Sterling will come off. Coming off now. Will he be a dejected player? He's a fine competitor. Well, Great Britain now just outside the 22 line, you can see there, and they're running it across. This is Andy Gregory's been busy this afternoon. Throws a big floater back for Ford. Ford straightens it up. He's got a bit of step forward. Comes back. He's found a little gap again. Ford, if he can unload it, he does too. Oh, they're so close. Ellery Hanley getting it back for Martin Offia. I don't think he's the man to have there, quite frankly, but he gets the pass away. Kevin Ward at the line. Kevin Ward, the Australians hold him up. Australia win it against the feed. What an important win that is, as Curry now comes up with it, and they're in the 22. Can they get a try on the board? Desperately needed. Backo hard and straight. Plenty of defence there, though. Canescu onto Vorton. Vorton props. Looks to unload but can't. The two Hume brothers doing the work there. On for Lewis. He's going to run Lewis. Only a couple of metres out. Can he get it down? Oh! Yes, try! Oh, Lewis so strong. Just bustled Great Britain. They hung off long enough for him to slam it down. He turned his back on him and they let him get it down. Great Britain now starting to drive it down the centre. Gregory again sees a little hole and again he makes 3 or 4, but bang. Too much defence, losing the ball, flicks it back. And the referee says play on. This is Hume. Ellery Hanley, he'll unload it again. Out for Stevenson, back inside for Hume. They're using the ball and starting to gain some ground. Malcolm Reilly, the Great Britain coach. He's had so many disappointments. Can he side hold? Hang on here. And Mickey's going back for a pretty important coaching job that may keep him out of the top job for Great Britain.
Well, he's going back to take over leads, and I think the rule stipulates over there if you're coaching club side, you can't coach the Great Britain side.
Anxiety written all over his face, Malcolm Reilly, as Great Britain now are inside Australia's 22. Mike Gregory, 10 metres out. Andy Gregory, the little chip kick. They've rehearsed this many times at training. Through the runners come. Henderson Gill, and it's a try. Well, it's worked again. Look at this. Henderson Gill's gone absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Slapping hands, saying, what about that? Well, it came out of a training move, but watched him do it repeatedly. Andy Gregory slotted the kick in, and he's done it. Watch this. Now there's the little kick. The ball bouncing pretty well. You can't see anybody from here. The ball goes loose. A clash of Australian players and Henderson Gill on it.
Was a fair try. It's a collision course for Australia. A little slow getting to the football. Bang, it squirted loose. Yeah, and there he goes, just puts it down.
You're out of control today, Ray, I can tell you. And the kick successful. So the score now, 16 points to 6. Great Britain over Australia. Lewis straightens up. Defence is there. They're keen, Great Britain. Leading 16 to 6. Australia need to score here desperately. Gets it on to Jackson. But again, this defence comes over. This time, David Hume. Backo, he's in! Oh, the big fella maintains his record and cracks him and gets the try Australia needed. Oh boy, didn't they need it. Sam Backo from Canberra. Test tries 3 now. Not a bad record when you think about it. He scored a try in each of the tests. Here's the kick from O'Connor. Yes, so now the score a little bit more respectable. 16 points to 12. This is Ward. Brian Case in number 15. And we've also got Bob Linder in 15 on the Australian line. This is Lachlan. Lachlan winds up. Lachlan straight through. Australia still going. Lachlan. And he's got support too. Unloads it. Oh, look at this. Henderson Gill winding up. It's a chase. Gary Jack comes with him, but that's a great try. Oh, Great Britain in, and he does a bit of a boogie. And the Union Jack flags here have gone absolutely crazy. Well, what a try. Lachlan just strode through the Australian defence. Got it under Henderson Gill, and Gill did the work. Up go the hand slaps. Great emotion here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Look at the Great Britain players. Cannot believe it. Paul Lachlan set for the kick. Gee, it looks all right. No, waved away. So the score remains 20 points to 12. Great Britain over Australia. Hume. Andy Gregory makes another 3. Oh, still going, Andy Gregory's got Mike Gregory with him. Here's another try coming up, if he can link up. Gregory, has he got the legs? Down he goes. He'll get there. Mike Gregory has done it for Great Britain under the post. Oh boy. Andy Gregory opened him up, and Mike Gregory went on with it. And that is almost the length of the field. Look, the atmosphere here, unbelievable at the moment. Oh boy. Andy Gregory, let me tell you, he made the break. Lewis, he can't believe this.
Here we go. It's just a matter of Gregory and Gregory. They put the job together. They've got 6 points out of it too. And also got the third dash.
I think it's a just reward for Mike Gregory. In every game we've seen him play, he's always shown he's been prepared to work. But we probably don't expect to see him score 50-yard tries, but when they need it most, he's come up with one.
He sure has. Paul Lachlan, 2 from 4. This one's a sitter. Can throw it over from here. There it is. He's got it. So, 26 points to 12. Great Britain over Australia.
Well, I think they've definitely been the better side today. They've come out prepared to work in defence. They've been creative in attack. Whereas Australia have come up, their discipline with the ball has been very ordinary today, and it's something we don't expect from the Australian side.
It's all over. Ray French is delighted. The English flags will fly here now. Malcolm, really, what a great moment for him. And look at the Union Jack flying high. Strong emotion here at the Sydney Football Stadium. They've waited a long, long time, and this little man had a lot to do with it. He's had a marvellous game. Mike Gregory, a great game. Ellery Hanley, courageous, been down a number of times and came back. Lachlan's played the best game we've seen him play in this country today. And here's the traditional swapping of jumpers. Hume and Lewis swapping jumpers. The 2 number 6s.
This has been a Fox Sports production.